Hello guys, it's Sunny from WOM TV, web TV specialized in rock, hard rock and metal in France. And I have the pleasure to have Alex WOODROW from our last night. So Alex, how are you today?
I'm so good. Especially with that introduction, I'm doing fantastic. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Hope everyone's doing well.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. I really appreciate. And I want to know, sorry, sorry. I want to know about this tour because you will be in France. I want to come quickly and into a subject because you will tour in France for some dates precisely, and precisely in Paris for La Machine du Moulin Rouge at the end of October, October 25th, if I remember well. So with Blast the Fall.
Yep.
Yeah, with Blast the Fall and the Color Morale. So
that is the plan. So
there is a plan. There is a good plan because and for this tour, because some bands want to come specifically in Paris and Lyon, two greatest cities in France. But you decide to play in the Villeurbanne, so it's a city close to Lyon, at Toulouse, at Nantes, Le Ferrailleur, near from Clisson, the city of the Hellfest, precisely, and at Paris from at La Machine du Moulin Rouge. Welcome. Is it your personal choice for the band to come and to play in other French cities, except Paris to see other cities in France precisely?
yeah, it's definitely our choice. We love playing over there. Ever since we started touring over in Europe, France has always been one of our favorite places to play. Even on our first tour that we ever did over there, we played Le Bateau Phare in Paris, and
yes,
we had not been to Paris before, and the turnout was awesome. And so we always remember that. And I think over the years, as we've continued to grow and do more and more stuff online and build a fan base, and more and more people come and see us, it just makes us more and more excited to go to France. And we want to make sure that we have the opportunity to play in multiple places because of how awesome you all are in France. All of our French fans are amazing. Yeah. And we just want to make sure that we get to go to places and touch upon the markets that maybe people don't always go to. So this way, if people are always traveling to Paris to come see bands, then maybe we can come to you a little bit, make it a little more accessible. And it also works out well with our travel schedule because we like to go to places all the way down through like Spain and Portugal, and then all the way through over to, like Germany, Italy, and Switzerland, and all those things. And so it just makes it accessible because then we can just go through France instead of just having to play one city. So we love to cater to our fans, especially our French fans, and it works out amazing to get to go to these new places and travel and see all the amazing culture that you guys have in your entire country and all the cities, and we love it. So yeah, it's 100% our intention, and we love playing in there.
Yeah, because you have sometimes most of time. Bands come to 1, 2, or 3 cities in France, and not especially in Paris or Lyon or Lille, near from England, because it's the greatest city near from the England for the French city. And
yeah,
for this concert, for this live shows, you include a meet and greet, and some fans are really surprised because the meet and greet with the band is not really expensive than people are used to see and used to buy and used to pay for to have those meet and greets. And for the Paris show, if I remember well, it's around 30 euros, if I remember well. So is it a choice for you? Is it a choice for the band to say, okay guys, we don't want to make this meet and greet really expensive because we really appreciate our fans, our European fans, French fans, Spanish fans, etc., etc. Or okay, the idea to is it a will for the band to do not really expensive meet and greets? Because in example at the beginning at the beginning of September we have the 2 shows of Metallica in Paris at the older Paris-Bercy. It's the Accor Hotel Arena. It's where really fun. It's really, if I remember well, it's more and more for 400 euros. An example, if I remember well, the prices. Is it a will for you to don't come to do this not really expensive for the fans, and it's to mean to for the fans who don't have really great, really big, really money, really have like I said, don't have enough money to enjoy and to enjoy the moment with you, because is it a meet and greet during 1 hour with a band, if I remember well?
Yeah, so we try to make ourselves as accessible as possible to our fans because we care a lot about them, and we try our best to make sure that people have an intimate experience when they come to our shows when we play. But at the same time, we want to make sure we're accessible and people can meet us if they choose. So in the past, we've done things like in the U.S., we've tried our best to do free meet and greets. That was one of our things we did the other year, and that was really cool. At this point in Europe, though, our shows are doing so well that it's kind of impossible for us to meet everyone. So we just wanted to make sure that we had the opportunity and were able to present it to people if they wanted to come and see us and meet us, that they could, and not for a lot of money. We don't really believe in charging a lot of money to meet us because we love our fans very much and they support us so much in all the different areas of the world that we go. And so we want to make sure that it's accessible for them. So we were looking at it like, okay, well, what's the price of a t-shirt normally, right? So you look at a price of a t-shirt at a show, it could be anywhere from, who knows, maybe 15, 20, 30 or 40 euro. But we wanted to make it so you would get a t-shirt and you would do that normal price, but at the same time you do the t-shirt, you get a signed poster, you get a picture with us, you get to hang out with us for an hour. And then not only do you get a t-shirt, but that t-shirt has your country with our CD artwork inside the country. So we're very proud of that, and it's super, super unique, and it's something that we played with a little bit in the past on another tour that we did. But we wanted to make sure that it was unique for our fans abroad, because we haven't done something exactly like that. We did do something similar once. It was in the U.S. in regards to the t-shirts, and then we did the free meet and greet another time. But we wanted to kind of bring it together and make it accessible. It does become a high demand for us when we do our best to meet everyone, and we do our best to do that. But we're always accessible usually after the show to say hi, and we try our best to say thank you to everyone and just to sign and take pictures, because we can't do what we do if people don't come and support us. And that's also why we love our French fans so much, is because you've all been supporting us for the last over 8 years that we've been going, or maybe it's a little less, but it's all a blur for me at this point. But it's I think we've been traveling there for at least 6-7 years, and I think every time we go we have a crazy amount of support, and we're very humbled by that support and the love that we're shown there. So we want to make sure that we're accessible and we're able to give back within reason, so this way people can do something maybe that they were already going to do and buy a t-shirt for us, but at the same time they can do it early, get to meet us, hang out, and then tell all their friends, and then hopefully they all come next time,
I know really well, because is it this kind of stuff, because like you said in your answer, you made for every cities or every countries, an example of France or Spain or other things, of every cities or every live shows have a unique t-shirt, a unique stuff about this about the live shows. I really like the idea, because it's kind of different, because it's kind of different with the traditional merchandising. With this is a T-shirt with the picture in the front of the T-shirt and the back with all the dates of the European tour, etc., etc. It's a good way to be different. It's a good way. It's a good way. Sorry, a good way to thank the people, the support of the people since many years from you. It's a good way to thank us. I really
agreed. Yeah,
I really enjoyed it. I really appreciate the idea. I really like it.
Of course, of course.
And I want to talk about the music, because you talk about live shows, okay, but you talk really about music. And you release your EP Selective Hearing beginning of June 9th, if I remember well. How came the idea to create and to compose this EP? Why do you choose the EP and not an album, for example? Why precisely the EP?
Good question. So we've been asked this a little bit. We really wanted to create something that was of the highest quality we could create. So we wanted to put our focus on a specific amount of tracks, and we had a goal to release this CD before Warped Tour when we were going to go on it, and we looked at it and we said, okay, we can put essentially all of our energy and focus into this many songs, or we could try and power through a bunch more and then put a full length out. But when it comes down to it, I mean, we put out a decent amount of full lengths. You don't always play those songs, and some of them go under the radar and everything like that. So we really wanted to focus in on just a select amount of tracks and then put everything we had into those, and at the same time it makes it accessible for us to do videos for almost all the songs, which is what we're moving towards. Like we're going to have a new video for Ivory Tower coming out next week, and then we have another one for Ghost in the Machine that's going to come out while we're on the tour. And that'll be videos for almost all the songs in the CD. Our goal is to eventually have videos for most of the songs on it, but we wanted to make it accessible because we are all over that YouTube grind. So we want to make sure that we're present and we're putting up videos and staying, we're appealing to the multiple senses and also staying present with our fans abroad, which is why I think we are doing well abroad, is because we have such a strong presence on our social media and on our YouTube, because people can tune in and like hang out with us essentially, not necessarily as much as you would at our meet and greets, which you should go to, but at the same time, it's going to be a way of getting some FaceTime there. So I think it's really important, to do that. And so that really helps us to kind of focus in on what we want, and that's what we did with the selective hearing, was that we focused in on what we wanted in regards to the specific songs and being a really solid representation of who we are as people and as musicians and as a band growing forward. And we're really proud of those songs because I think they embody the edge that we bring and kind of how we approach the music industry. We're really reinventing how bands look at their approaches to being successful, and that's through a DIY approach a bit. Like, we're very blessed to have the skills that we've developed over time to create our own music and our videos and stuff like that. And we're actually in a place where this is our career now, where in the past it was a career, but it was more of a hobby, and we've now made it a sustainable business. So we're very proud of that, and I think it all reflects based on our decision and how we approach things. We wanted to do release a couple singles like we did when we released our single of Common Ground, and then we released Broken Lives, all with the anticipation of then releasing Selective Hearing. So we wanted to make sure that we did that and just kept staying present and kept rocking it, and then at the same time building and building and building. So it was easier for us to focus on those select few songs to create the best versions of songs that we could create, instead of kind of dumbing them down a little bit, and then focusing on trying to put out a lot of songs when in actuality you don't really play all those songs live, and you don't always put videos out for those songs. So sometimes those songs get swept under the radar, like I said before. So we really want to make sure all those songs were like the best they could possibly be, and that's why we chose to do an EP.
So, and you precise in your answer, because the next week, if I understand well, next week you release the video clip for Ghost in the Machine, if I'm correct.
Yeah. Well, so next week the plan is for Ivory Tower.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we were shooting for Ghost in the Machine, and Ghost in the Machine but turned into a lot larger of a production. Yeah. So we're working on getting that one out while we're on the tour. But the goal right now is to have Ivory Tower out by next week, and then we also have a cover that we're going to be releasing today at some point in the next few hours. Matt's working on that right now, and then at the same time we're going to have another cover coming out while we're on the tour. So we're really just strategically planning at this point, before we get on the road, to have some stuff to release, to stay present online with everyone. And then also to keep building that momentum, because, like I said, how big and important YouTube is for us is why we're about to go on like the largest tour we've ever played in our life over in Europe and France. So we're very excited.
Yeah, because you're a big momentum. So because you will restart the European tour with Bless the Fall and the Color Morale, and so it's really important to keep the momentum alive with a video clip, with the video clip, and with the different sharings on the social networks. And I want to because you release many video clips about this, and you release because precisely 20 if I'm correct, more than 20, because. And you make you did some covers with our last night. You did some covers of Radioactive from Imagine Dragons, Wrecking Ball from Miley Cyrus. I quote some of them. Dark Horse from Katy Perry. Abbott's for Tuvlo. Sorry. And it's the last in line. The last in line is the Heavy. It's the left from Linkin Park, Heavy, featuring a Living in Fiction. And I want to know, many bands make some covers, some covers on CDs and as bonus tracks on EPs, demos, or albums. You did these covers, and you put this on video clip. So you come you come further as about this video clip. So why did you choose to put these covers on video clip?
So like why essentially like why we put them on YouTube?
Yeah, well, why not? Why on YouTube? Maybe. Yeah, because it's a menu.
Okay.
Because maybe it's a supposition. Maybe it's a good way to share and to see it and to share about the people who don't know really the band, the different musical influences or musical aspects. You take some influence for some artists or some bands, and to is it mainly a way to share those influences with the public, with the people, or the fans.
Yeah, it's super. I think it's super important because you're appealing to multiple senses. So, yeah, so you're like appealing to these visual aspects as well as the audio, you know. So like you're being present with people in a very, you know, like indirect sense because you're not physically present having a conversation with them, but at the same time you're there and you're present based on these social media tools that we like to utilize and we do really well. So I think it's very important to have the visual aspects of things up there so kids can watch them, or not just kids, but anyone can watch them. And it's a lot more appealing because then you have something to look at. I mean, you can listen to it too in your car, you know, you can listen to it at the gym or listen to it just in general. So that's why we have the music, which is amazing. But at the same time, I think you really need to step it up now because of how our world is moving, how fast it is, and how there's these different modes of communication and different modes of social media. And I think it's very, very important that you stay in the present, and that involves being visual, you know. And so it's a bonus for us because people see us, and I think that creates a level of attachment, you know. So like then you want to come see us when we play. And I just know from talking to people that that's their experience when they watch our covers because of how they act when they see us. So it's really interesting to notice. But we really enjoy doing the stuff on YouTube because it puts us in a place of presence where people can constantly, you know, stay in touch with us and see what we're up to and see what we're doing. And at the same time, they see that. And I think by putting us out there, it's kind of like you're looking at like a TV show a little bit. And it's not the same as a TV show, but at the same time, it's very consistent and people are seeing it through a screen and you're watching it. And then you're kind of having a series a little bit. Like we don't have we've done a few series of covers here and there, but we haven't, you know, like we don't do like a consistent cover every single, you know, like week, but at the same time, we do our best to stay present and put covers up consistently. And I think doing that just creates this level of kind of like, you know, like connection, I should say. So then it makes you want to come see us. I know I've seen people on YouTube and artists and videos and stuff like that, and it's made me want to go watch them. And then I go see them, and when they can connect with the crowd and their live show is really awesome, it makes it an awesome experience. So I think it just all fuels into the experience that we have, and that's why we really enjoy doing the videos, because it's really important to appeal to multiple senses. And also it's just really fun because we enjoy shooting them ourselves. We cut them, we record them, everything ourselves. So it gives us this whole, you know, new level of creativity that we've learned. And I can't say we've mastered, but we keep growing. And I think that's important to always keep growing no matter what you're doing in your life. And so we've just, you know, trial and errored, and we've figured out some stuff works and some stuff doesn't work. And we just keep progressing and keep doing it. And we're very happy with the products that we're creating now, and like I said, we are constantly progressing. So we're just at a point now where we've been able to grow our YouTube to over 1 million subscribers, which we're very proud of, and that is something that, you know, is worth a lot, I think, in regards to the music industry, because you look at all these people that have, like, you know, labels and everything, and it's really important to, you know, have a strong foundation. And a lot of times I think labels provide that foundation for bands, which we used to have one in Epitaph back in the day, but now we have these things like Spotify and YouTube that we've built, and we've built this organic foundation for ourselves that we don't, you know, like, it would be nice to have some extra publicity, but we're working towards, you know, doing that ourselves. But at the same time, like, it's very great to have these things at our fingertips and not have anybody else essentially that we have to, you know, like, ask to do things. And we just create covers however we want, as fast as we want. We create new songs however we want, as fast as we want, and we just do it ourselves because we've grown this organic foundation over time. And it's become this thing that as long as we appeal, I think, to the different modes of social media and communication and staying in touch with people, that we can continue to grow with our fan base. So I hope that answers your question.
yeah, it's a very good answer question. It's a perfect example for the actual not mode, but the DIY, the do-it-yourself mode. It's a perfect example because you do what you want when you want, with anyone who you want. So something you want. So is it the real aspect, the real aspect of a do-it-yourself mode?
Yeah. Yeah, it's very much. It's like a DIY kind of vibe, which we've really embodied. You know, it's really cool for us too, because not having to, like answer to somebody and things like that, it allows things to get done a lot faster. And that's what we found is like one of the biggest things. We don't have to ask for permission on all these like little tiny things, and they, there's a rate of play kind of, and like the world's moving so fast, like I was saying before, it's really, really important that you can stay up to date with things and you can keep going. And that's why we do our covers, is because when we do the covers, they're songs that are popular now for the most part. And so when people go and search the cover, maybe they find our band, or maybe they like our band and they don't like the song, but now they like the song. And I think it's just like a win-win for us, because there's like we created ourselves and it's fun. So we do that and we put it up there, and I think we're staying with the progression of things as they're growing, and we get to just stay present. So yeah, I think it's really, really powerful,
Yeah, it's really powerful. It's really a real proof of creativity. Creativity is really the real essence, the real fuel of creativity. Because you do what you want when you want. You don't ask for permission to say, hey, can we do this? Can we do that? No. You do what you want, and you choose the song, you choose the lyrics, or you choose the musical aspects of your composition, the musical composition. And I respect really, I really enjoy, I really respect like I said, the way you choose to do this actually with a band. And I
appreciate that. Thanks.
So thank you. You're welcome. It's really honest. It's really honest. And I want to know, because you released your first. I want to talk about the little bit history of the band. You released the first EP, We've Been Holding Back, in 2004, if I remember well.
Oh damn, dude, throwing it back. Respect. You know that?
Yeah. I know that. Yes, it's one of the first EP, and you release EP like an example, summer covers in 2013, but you release 4 album studios, so The Ghost Among Us, We'll All Evolve, Edge of Ignorance, and Younger Dreams 2 years ago. And I want to know, how can you judge the evolution of a band since the first releasing the first EP, since the last EP, Selective Hearing? How can you judge the evolution of a band? Because you describe your way to create with a band, your way to create, to compose, to make some music, to shoot video clips, actually. And how can you judge the evolution of the band since more than a decade now, actually, because the band was created in 2004, if I remember well. So now it's actually 13 years. It's not yesterday. It's 13 years. And I can judge the evolution of the band since because at the beginning of the year, since the foundation of the band, music has not really influenced by numeric music, digital music. And now you have Spotify, you have Deezer, man. More than decades, you have the little beginning of the social network on Facebook or MySpace or other some of you guys. So it's fun to quote MySpace, because I don't know if MySpace exists again. I don't really know, but I believe that MySpace exists. It still exists.
I don't know. Maybe it still does. I did hear it was coming back, but I don't know. I'm not really on the MySpace anymore. It's back in the day for me.
No, you have Bandcamp, etc. You have Bandcamp of our website about
this.
Oh yeah. I want to know, how can you just start with the evolution of the band scene, because your band grown up with the evolution of digital music, with the MP3s, with digital music on Spotify, Deezer, the streaming platforms, legal streaming platforms. I remember. How can you judge the evolution? How was your personal advice of the evolution of a band since more than a decade?
Sorry, what was that? Can you say it one more time?
Yeah, how can you judge the evolution of a band, and can you give your personal advice, your personal judgment of the evolution of a band and the evolution of the music since a decade?
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. Like you're saying, like in regards to us, and generally, just like kind of, yeah, for sure. I think for us, we were young, as you said. Like we were really young when we signed, and I mean, you can tell because we're not that old, and we signed a long time ago. And we started a band even longer ago. So like Trev was like 13, 14 years old when we signed the record contract, and we had started a band a long time before that even. We were jamming out when he was like 10, 11 years old. So it's really funny to think about. And I think, like for any band that's progressing, you have to continue to grow and to try new things and to progress. And I've studied a lot of people that are successful personally, and I just noticed that none of them give up. And so we didn't give up. And so we've had a lot of ups and downs in regards to like label stuff and, touring and whatnot. We've had a lot of ups and downs. And at the same time, we almost gave up. We weren't sure if we should keep doing it because eventually financially you have to look at things, and if they don't make sense, it's a little bit difficult to do them. We weren't sure if we should start over or what we should do. But then we started doing the YouTube stuff, and that's what really kind of gave us this new foundation. But as far as our evolution is concerned, I mean, we kept going, and we could have changed our name, we could have done all these things, and we had some recommendations from like some managers and some label people to maybe change our name, to rebrand and do all this stuff. And we were kind of just like, okay, well maybe, but at the same time we think we can just keep grinding this and make it work if we get if we find our niche and we keep working towards it. So the one thing that I can say, that if you're in a band or just in regards to just anything in life, I think, is just don't give up and keep trying and just learn from every experience, and then you're going to continue to grow and get stronger as you go. And that's been our evolution as we go. It's like, you don't ever try to look at it like you failed, because you don't really quit. You know what I mean? Sorry, I should say that again. You don't really fail unless you quit, right? So like, we didn't really quit. I mean, we had a lot of opportunities that could have been looked like absolute failures, but at the same time, it's like that's kind of made us who we are and our experience. And since we signed so young and have been a band when we were like so young, we didn't really know our sound exactly and like who we were, and we were kind of all over the place, just as people, and then also as like the music that we were playing and stuff. And I think that comes naturally as you get older. But the more and more that you practice and get good at your craft and what you do, and the more that you do it, the better you're going to get at it, right? Because when you start at something, you're not going to be amazing at it no matter what when you first start. So we've kind of taken that approach, and luckily I'm in a band with Matt, who's a perfectionist, and Trevor also is very similar. And so they like things done a specific way. And I think it's important to have people like that in your band. I am the opposite. I'm someone that like puts a stake in the ground and says that's where I am at this point in my life, and I'm going to look back on that as a place that's where I was, but I'm going to move forward. And so I think we all embody that a little bit, but at the same time, having Matt and Trevor in the band with us, or with myself and Tim, it really makes it so that we have this ability to kind of create as a team, and Matt being kind of the general who creates and produces and engineers a lot of like all of our music, and so we have this ability essentially to function from within. And at the same time, this didn't happen overnight, right? So we tried this, it didn't work for a while, and then we kept going, kept learning, like where we worked with producers, we kept going, and then just embraced the process. And so I think that's really important to acknowledge the fact that it's a journey, right? So it's going to keep going. If you don't quit, you're never going to fail, and it's a constant journey. So for us and our evolution, it's literally just continued to be a journey. And I can't say that we're there, like we might look like we're there to some bands or to some people, but we're not like at the point where we're like satisfied. I think as soon as you're satisfied, then the world passes you by. And it's really important to take that into your life, because if you stop learning and stop growing, then things in your life kind of go beyond you, like the world just kind of takes over, right? But if you're constantly learning and constantly growing, you can stay on that edge, and you can grow with the world and keep progressing and imposing your will on the world instead of letting it impose its will on you. And I think that's really important to acknowledge when you take that into your career or your life or your band or whatever it is. And that's what we've done, is we've continued to show up over and over and over again consistently, and we've continued to just be who we feel we are. And it's sometimes been confusing because we haven't known, but we've still put on the best representation of ourselves in that moment. And now we're at a point now where we can do it confidently from an even firmer foundation that we've built for ourselves organically, like I was saying before, and we can progress in a more confident way than we did before.
And it's a good way to see the progress and to see the constant evolution of the band. It's to see you at the live shows from the next tour. We're coming up really soon, yeah. Because you'll play. I remember well at the people who see this interview, who see and listen to this interview. I remember well. I quote. So I quote at the October 5th. October 15th at Villeurbanne, close to Lyon, at CCO Jean-Pierre Lachaise. October 17th at Toulouse at Connection Live. October 24th at Le Ferrailleur at Nantes, near from Clisson, at the city of the Hellfest. October 25th at La Machine du Moulin Rouge, in Paris. So 4 dates in France for this European tour, because it's really important for, and thank you so much to see you in France, to come to see the people, the public, because we have many medias in France, like in UK, USA, or every country. In the mediatic aspect, we have not really at many real FM radio or AM radio specialized in rock. You have except WFM, RTL2, or that's all. That's all. That's all. That's all. At the principal, the great radio media in France, and we don't have any rock metal TV channel in France. We have one in the past, but now it's closed. It's out it's cut. It's cut since the beginning of the year. So maybe it's paradoxal, because it's a paradox, because we have Hellfest, we have Download, we have many festivals, many artists come to see end shows, many clubs, many venues in France. It's a paradox. So I don't know why. Have you planned some festival? Because we talk about the European tour actually. And have you begun to plan to book some dates, some festival at the next summer in 2018?
We have not got that far yet.
Okay.
We are still focusing on just the tour that we have coming up, and then we have a U.S. tour coming up in the springtime, and then we're going to be working on some new music. That's the plan, as well as keeping the flow going with the covers and the YouTube stuff. Yeah. But we do have the feelers out there for potentially looking at some summer festivals over there in Europe. We did a couple last year and they were awesome. So yeah, we definitely on the radar, but as far as right now is concerned, we're really focusing on making this next tour the best that it can possibly be.
Yeah, it's too soon to talk about the summer festival, because you focused on the European tour actually. You're focused on this. So thank you so much, Alex, for your time.
Of course, brother. Appreciate you, and we look forward to being over there, and hopefully we get the chance to meet you and meet everyone that's listening, and cannot wait. We love France, and we love playing there, so cannot wait.
So keep a good mood, sorry, and thank you so much for your time, and I wish you the best. I wish you the best for the European tour, because I really appreciate our last night, because you're a constant in evolution. You don't want to stay, to keep like I said, to be you want to evolve again and again. You want to progress again and again. And I really appreciate this kind of energy, this kind of mood that the band can share with the people. And
of course,
I really appreciate this. And thank you so much for your time. And have you some words, some last message, or some words to end this interview with the people, with the fans who come to see in Villeurbanne, so close to Lyon, Toulouse, Nantes, or Paris?
Yeah, we'll get ready for a super epic show.
Yeah,
it's going to be awesome. We cannot wait to connect with everyone, and it's going to be the best tour we've ever done, and it's going to be awesome. So we cannot wait to meet you, cannot wait to see you, and just get ready for some awesome good vibes.
Get ready, our last night is coming. Hell
yeah.
And they're not alone.
Rock on, brother. Well, you have a good rest of your day, right?
Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you so much, and see you in Paris, or in Paris precisely. I think in Paris. So thank you.
Yeah, rock on, brother.
So thank you so much. Have a nice Have a nice evening, and thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, you too.
That was Alex from.
See you. Bye.
That was Alex from Our Last Night. Thank you so much, guys, and see you next time with me, Thunder Ripper, on Warm TV. Thank you. See ya.
Feels a little bit more solid. Yeah.
All right. See you, brother.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. Sorry.